Hello everyone, my name is Kelsey Diamond and I'm one of your fellow classmates here at Jackson College in our communications course, and I'm here to talk to you about a very important topic today. But first, I want to ask you a question, and I want you to think long and hard about it. Are you okay with murder? So the reason why I ask that is because I want to talk to you about the death penalty today. So many of us know what the death penalty is, but for those of you who don't, the death penalty is when someone commits a crime in which someone is murdered. So that's important, they have to be murdered. Then the person who commits the crime can be sentenced to death. So this is through the death penalty. And when they are executed, there's a number of various ways that they can be executed. The most common and the most humane is lethal injection. So what this does is you give them medication to put them asleep and then medication to stop their heart. But this is not the only kind of execution that is legal in the United States. There are other ways which are much more barbaric, such as hanging, a gas chamber, firing squad, and even death by electrocution. So while these are not so common and the lethal injection is more common, these are still not outlawed in all of the 50 states. Some of these states still have this option. So think about that. The reason why I am against the death penalty, at least the number one reason why I feel I'm against the death penalty, is because of the possibility of innocence on death row. According to Death Penalty Information Center, since 1973, more than 170 innocent people have been released from death row. Again, I'm going to repeat that. More than 170 people have been released from death row because they were innocent. That is a huge amount of people that could have been put to death wrongfully. And honestly, we don't know how many people have been already put to death and were innocent. There have been several cases that I've heard about, but ultimately we don't know the number of people who have already been put to death and then were later found innocent. Another reason why I'm against the death penalty is because a lot of people's argument is that it gives the families closure, which can be true for some families, but not all. It can actually hurt the families even more because they had their family member taken away from them because they were murdered by this person. And while it would be easy to, eye for an eye, some of these people don't feel that way. They know the pain that is associated with getting someone taken away from you brutally by being murdered, and they don't wish this upon other people. So a lot of families look at it as this is another life being taken, or this is another family that has to deal with that pain that they have went through. The third reason why I'm against the death penalty is because of the cost that it actually costs for us. So the death penalty and death row cases are actually 3 times higher than life without parole cases. So it's often said that it's cheaper, because they aren't in the prison system for as long, but the costs associated with trials and the different appeals, stuff like that, actually adds up to be 3 times more expensive than a life without parole case. So with me talking about this, I hope you take this information and you use it to educate people on the death penalty and evaluate your own beliefs associated to the death penalty. So I hope when or if it comes up in your state where you're able to vote for or against the death penalty, I hope you will vote against the death penalty. Vote no if you want to potentially save innocent lives. And I really hope you vote no if you're against normalizing murder. So I hope you take all this information and think about it and continue educating people on the death penalty and why it should not be a thing in our society. Thank you.